What's up, my peoples? It is your boy AMG here, and today we are talking about chapter 936 of One Piece. Now, let's get into it. Now, the chapter was actually pretty good. I liked the comedy of it. It even had kind of some, plot moving forward at two extent. So let's start off with the beginning of the chapter, where Queen is telling Luffy and Kyo that they have to be in a sumo match that is kind of like, if you guys ever watch wrestling, like WWE, it's kind of like a Royal Rumble. And like the tag team Royal Rumbles, because they had it where it's them two against however many people they want to bring in, and then they get weapons and everything else. So it's a handicap Royal Rumble against Luffy and Kyo, and I'm just like, bruh, like there's like you just gonna do him like that. And I like how when Queen took off Luffy's cuffs, he was like, "Oh, you're a nice guy." He was like, "We're almost escaped already," but it was like the confidence in Luffy right now is ridiculous. It's funny to me how you got so happy off that. It was just like, "You're such a nice guy. You're not as bad as I thought." But then us going back to Kawamatsu and Raizo, and Kawamatsu being in the cage, and coming to find out that the key that Raizo has is not for Luffy's cuffs. So I'm wondering if that goes to Kawamatsu's cage or his cuffs. Because if that wasn't for Luffy, then who else would it be for? And that's kind of like, I guess you can say, not really a plot point, but plot convenience right there, because he already has the key, so he doesn't have to go search around for another one. Another part of that is it me, or he looks short like everybody says, and he just looks like, I don't know. If we look at any of the characters that we see, and we see their like silhouettes, the little silhouette piece that we seen doesn't look like it's regular hair. It looks like fur to me, but that's because just be me having a tinfoil hat idea right now, and me just, reading too much into it, but whatever. And then us moving on to the bath scene with like Nami and Shinobu and Robin, and Drake and Hawkins go inside the bathhouse, and he tells everybody, "Yo, sit down, be quiet, don't say anything." He was like, "Line up so I can see your feet, because I don't need nobody hiding behind nobody and trying to get away." And I'm just like, okay. And then how Hawkins was talking to Drake, like, yo, like he was talking to him like he was his subordinate. Was that just me, or did that seem that way to y'all too? Because that was crazy. I was just like, is Drake lower than Hawkins or what? Because that kind of seemed or maybe he was just like, I ain't gonna waste my time with this fodder. I order everybody around kind of type deal or something. Or maybe Kaido has more faith in him in the first place. Maybe that's what that is. So maybe he is a high rank. Who knows? We'll see. Maybe we'll start hearing arguments, Hawkins over X Drake, which I really don't think that's ever gonna happen. But anyway. And then just them going into the bathhouse, and everybody's like, "Put up your hands," and Nami drops her robe or towel, and everybody's face just like hard eyes and everything. And Hawkins gets stunned. He was like, "Whoa." And I like how you see in the corner of the panel of that scene, you see the dudes right there with the hard eyes. Do you see women over there with the hard eyes too? So I was like, oh, so Luffy, I was like, so Nami got both sides. She was like, yeah. Bro, I was dying at that. That was too funny. I'm like, bro, why would you even like the women just hard eyes too? That was just, I was just like, okay, I see you, girl. I see you. And then we see Sanji out of nowhere. He's just flying over the side, and he just, flat out, just like he got KO'd. Basically, if this was a Pokemon move, this dude would have got his invisibility would have got canceled out by nudity. It would have been super effective. That's basically what that was. Cause boy, look, it did critical damage because that boy was out. And you see all the blood he got sprouted out of him? That was critical damage right there. That was +1. And we talking like D&D terms, boy. I was like, okay, Sanji. And I like how he must have get the thing that bothers me is he must have gotten knocked out of invisibility when she got back, because where the else did he come from? Like, that's what makes it even funnier to me. But anyway, them seeing Sanji in his German 66 suit, and I like how the back and forth between Drake and Hawkins. He's like, hey Drake, you're from the South Blue, right? And he's like, yeah. He was like, so what? You are too. And he's like, that is German 66. And I'm like, y'all are some nerds. Like, even, okay, so Law knows this, and Drake and Hawkins, they all know. Well, they all know. Wait, Drake and Hawkins are from the North though, right? Yeah. So that makes me laugh even more that everybody knows about this, and they're just like, what? I was like, y'all some nerds, dude. Like, everybody knows this. Everybody knows this. All right. I'm just like, nerd. That's funny to me. Just wow. And then us going back to, them getting away. Sanji picked them all up and then flew off. So they're flying over everybody in their towels on Sanji. I'm surprised Sanji could even handle 3 women all over him, basically naked. Like, I don't know if I can handle that myself, but okay. Wow. Anyway, Sanji was talking about, he was like, it's okay if I die, because we see Robin's like, yo, you are bleeding a lot, you know that? He was like, it's okay if I die, there's too much stuff going on anyway. And I'm just like, yeah, you probably saying it's okay if you die because you got to see now naked, so you're like, my life is complete. Oh, it's so funny. But then we move on to back where Zoro is. Now, Zoro is chasing down the dude who stole his sword. Now we see this dude is huge. Like, super huge. Like, I don't know, but he kind of looks like Kaido size to me. Like Kaido in human form size, because that boy is big. He's like, he's an extra large Tubbimura. That's what he is, boy. And I'm wondering, Zoro, how did someone that big steal your swords? Someone that big, and you have observation hockey, and this boy came up and stole them? Like, that's a little weird to me. And the fact that the dude said he returned the swords back to where they're but he didn't say to where. He didn't say where they're supposed to be, or if he took him and started collecting them. Because it looks like he has a lot of weapons around there. And he has this big giant Bicinto. And I thought Whitebeard's was big, but this boy's is huge. So it makes me wonder, who makes these weapons for the guys who are just extra large? Because those are specially made weapons, because you can't manufacture them like everybody else. So I guess they get the same weapons as, the giants do, but who makes those though? Like, how many, blacksmiths does it take to make all those? Because that would be a really interesting thing I would love to see. Just how many people it takes to make this, or who makes this larger weapons for people? Is it a giant that does this too, or what? But anyway, moving on. This dude has a Bicinto, and then he has like a katana in his back too. And I'm like, oh. And he told Zoro, you said you better watch out. You better just go on home, boy. I already got Ryuma's sword back. He's like, don't make me take your other 2. And I'm just like, ooh. This dude talking big talk, like, and Zoro was like, oh, so you're a weapons collector? Well, we were in need of some weapons. What an opportune time. He was like, this must be fate. Well, I'll be relieving you of all your weapons, and you're gonna get killed by the person who you stole from. I'm just like, oh, all right. You just had to give Zoro that. You just had to give Zoro that moment too. I bet you the Zoro fanboys are just, happy as hell for this little part that they got. But anyway, dude, I want to know who this guy is. Is he a retainer of, the family that that Zoro's from? It makes me wonder something like that, because I'm pretty sure this dude is connected somehow, because he doesn't look like he would be any of the swordsmen, the seven scabbards at all. So, and why wouldn't they, you know, they only talked about like Kawamatsu and we already know it's Raizo, and then it's the whole group who was in, you know, Dressrosa and everything. So it makes me wonder, who are the other people that are the rest of the seven scabbards? But anyway, this is the end of my video. Like the video if you like the video, comment if you have anything to say, and subscribe if you want to see further content. I talk about One Piece, My Hero, Run with the Wind, Shield Hero, and Mob Psycho. Remember, anime, manga, and gaming is all that. And I'm out.